Hey boys, the smile literally just uploaded. I was gonna go to sleep. This is the young composer. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the journey. I wanted to do some more of the smile stuff because I was listening again to Skirting on the Surface today. It's really beautiful. I need to listen to the Smoke and Tom's performance of Free in the Knowledge. But for now, let's get into Pana-vision. Literally out 1 minute ago. Okay, I had trouble counting the last song because it was in 11 and at some point it was in 10 as well, like 11 on one side, 10 on the other side. That's just Johnny Greenwood for you. This one's a little more straightforward. Seems to be in 7 or 14. I don't know how you want to count it. I really like the dissonance and everything there. This kind of reminds me of like something off of the disc 2 of In Rainbows, like Down in Is the New Up or something like that. Definitely some sort of pitch correction on the vocals, and I just have to say it because it's noticeably perfect, and humans don't sing like that, especially Tom York, who's a great singer, but he has that attitude that I absolutely love, that my favorite singers all have, of just recording things in one take or 2 or 3, but it's not crazy comping. And like if you think about OK Computer, the way it was recorded, etc., it's straightforward. It's just running takes. It's just like, okay boys, let's get the tape on, sing the song, and that's it. And we keep the one take, or we fix a couple of things, but and yeah, here it's perfect. I think Radiohead started using pitch correction around 2016. I know this is hella controversial. People never think about this, talk about this. Sorry, and it's not a it's not a problem for me or a bad thing. I just from a composition standpoint, I have to talk about it. Let's see the rest. You know what? I really love Phil Salway as a drummer, but I love the weirdness that Tom Skinner brings to this project. The drummer, he's a jazz drummer, I think, and like all those weird metrics that Johnny and Tom already kind of like, he seems to be born in them even more so than the lads. So that's great. I don't know what is this breakup in the highest notes that Tom sings there, kind of in falsetto. I don't know if it's created by him or if it's like a breakup that's brought in with the production. I think it's him. I think it's just his voice like getting slightly distorted in those highs, which is a thing that can happen because of a vocal technique. It's just like the voice. It's a voice crack, right? But you can control those, and it sounds like a version of a voice crack that is like just kind of happening, and he lets it happen instead of a mistake or something that couldn't be avoided. It feels like he could sing that note without that crack, and just doesn't, and it just adds to the beef of the song, I guess.
As it all depends why, with a filter on the left, she sees everything I do. She sees everything I do. I'm without my shoes on, over broken glass. I'm dancing for pennies. I'm staring straight ahead. I feel that it's so hard. It's gonna break. It's like it holds me in its game. If I go, it's because this happened once before, and now it's started all again. As it all pans wide, forget everything you knew. Forget everything you knew. As it all pans wide, like a newborn child, like a newborn child, like a newborn child.
I love the dramatic aspect that those horns bring to the table here. I think on Skirting on the Surface, I was talking about the horns that are coming in, and I was like, "Oh, are those horns?" And yes, they are. But there was other stuff. There was like I'd say about, I'm probably way off, but like 6-piece, 8-piece sort of small orchestra with like strings and stuff too. And I think it's basically the same thing going on there. I'll say though, this kind of song, which we've talked about a bunch on the channel, I like to call them river songs. Songs that don't really have a chorus or a verse or something like that, or they don't need to. You can label those things if you want to, but it doesn't matter in the spirit of the perception of the song, maybe in the way you feel it or the artist did, It's just this kind of song that just grabs you and it doesn't matter. I don't know, like Stairway or something, who gives a crap what the chorus is on Stairway to Heaven? It's just a song, right? It's just kind of happening and it evolves and stuff. But Stairway is different because there's a bunch of different parts. It's more like Paranoid Android. This one is more like one single part of a Paranoid Android, right? It sounds nothing like Paranoid Android, but you know what I mean. It's the same thing for 4 minutes, basically. Which sometimes works with Radiohead, like Pyramid Song is basically the same chords, the same ideas, just with the arrangement being expressed differently through this whole thing. And I love it. It's one of my favorite Radiohead songs, but this is the same idea, but it's not as compelling to me, which, I mean, this is not Radiohead, so, I'm drawing comparisons that maybe have no business being there, but yeah, just saying, this is those are things that have been done and said musically, I guess, by Tom and Johnny. Not my favorite track of what we've heard so far, but let's keep going though, because it's not over. I want to talk about the poisonous aspect of expectations for a little bit. So the new Red Hot Chili Peppers album just came out, and for some reason I like this band. This might surprise you if you're like, oh, this guy listens to this Smiling and likes the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Or I don't know, maybe you don't give a crap, but I don't know. I think it's kind of funny, isn't it? And yeah, I listened to it and stuff, and I was clearly not just listening to an album, right? I wasn't in the car with someone I don't really know that well, just accidentally listening to music. I wasn't listening to the radio. I was choosing consciously to listen to a band I love, and it's a completely different thing because you expect the people, right? You expect what you already know to happen again. And that's probably the problem with many people listening to The Smile, is they just want Radiohead, even if they don't know it, even if they couldn't tell you that. That's what they want because they've been programmed to want Radiohead. This is a ball of wax. It's fucking disgusting. But yeah, man. It's kind of like, I like this, but I can't help myself but to compare it with Radiohead stuff, which probably I shouldn't, because it's not Radiohead. And I wonder how many people will probably look at this album just like that. Will be like, oh, it's good, but it's no whatever. Insert Radiohead album that you like, right? And it's also like, I wonder how many people will look at The Smile as a whole and be like, oh, this was just one of the side projects that allowed the individual members to get into whatever new Radiohead album we might someday get. Kind of like a pre-In Rainbows transitory phase, you know? And that's kind of disturbing, actually, if you think about it. If you think about it like being Tom Skinner, and you're gonna, for a little while, be the guy that's like here to take in Johnny and Tom's artistic junk and just like do something cool and chaotic with it that some people, some niche fan will really love, but most people would be like, where's the new Radiohead album? It's weird, right? He probably doesn't give a shit because he gets to play with Tom and Johnny and make music that he probably loves. But yeah, it's something to think about, you know. I'd suggest I'm gonna try to do the same. Literally like meditating or something, cleansing your mind of expectations, being like, I don't know who the crap YouTube sucks, man. Tom York or Johnny Greenwood are, and I'm just listening to music. I'm listening to one of the albums of all time, right? I'm listening to The Smile, and that's it. That's The Smile. It's the smile of the guy that lies to you every day. It's nothing else, baby. It's not OK Computer. It's not In Rainbows. It's not Radiohead. It's not Colin. It's not Ed. It's not Phil. And maybe it doesn't have to be Tom or Johnny either, even if they're there. Boom, 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 boom.